So you've probably heard me ranting and raving about psychedelics and how it's been whitewashed. I just want you to know that we all have a role to play. A lot of us in the psychedelic space say that these medicines, these sacred earth medicines, will call to you. You may refuse the call for a while or for several years, like I did, but eventually many of us will finally sit in ceremony because we are being called to have a relationship with these medicines for our healing, for our collective healing, and yes, maybe to even promote the agenda of the plants. So if you listen to people like Paul Stamets, you'll hear that these fungi, they have an agenda, and using us to get their agenda out in the world is a thing. And so could it actually be that these sacred plant medicines are also using cis-het white men to further their agenda? Oh, I know. Before y'all come at me and say like, oh, no, wait a minute. I'm not saying that we don't still need Black, brown, indigenous, and other people of color in this space. Absolutely. I am advocating for more women voices to be in these documentaries and on TV and on the stages. Hello, conference bookers. Like, we need a place, but we also need to create our own spaces for people who look like us. And recognizing that maybe these plants are using these people who have their privilege and their platforms to get the agenda of these plants, these fungi and sacred toads and frogs, because we need a mass amount of people to wake up. I know that psychedelics are not for everyone, and they are not the only way to raise your consciousness, but they are quite effective, particularly if you have intergenerational trauma, if you have suffered with racial trauma, if you've had childhood traumas. These are incredibly powerful allies for your healing journey. And so I know we might want to demonize the folks that are appropriating, exploiting, and whitewashing. And yes, we should. And we can also recognize that they have a role to play. And this is also firing many of us up. The people of the global majority, we are the global majority. Black, brown, indigenous, people of color. If you look North America, South America, Asia, India, Africa, we, people of color, are the global majority. Now, North Americans would have us feel like we are minorities, and we've been completely marginalized as such. But the one thing I can say that is really positive about getting fired up around all of this whitewashing of psychedelics is it's making more people of color speak up. That's what we're doing on the Conscious Evolution podcast, because not all white people are bad. And not all black people are good. I mean, let's not get it twisted here. Black people, also Africans, sold out other Africans in the slave trade. You know, look at the work of Romeo Cournal. He is in one of our books at Make Your Mark Global, Time to Rise. He talked about how people on the island of Martinique, black and brown people, they are descendants of slaves and descendants of slave owners, and that creates a whole dynamic. So there is no pure race, you know what I mean? We've each been watered down from those original inhabitants for the most part. And not all white people have been promoting slavery and exploitation. I think it was Ibrahim X on the Colbert Show that said, look, we don't have to worry about teaching the truth in history class with the fear that white kids are going to feel bad about their ancestors. White people were also abolitionists. Let's not get it twisted. So I'm calling for a more global, holistic conversation about psychedelics, about these sacred medicines. I'm calling for honoring the indigenous wisdom keepers who have held this wisdom for thousands of years. I'm calling for more ecological, responsible, mutually rewarding use of these medicines, not exploitative, not exploitation. All right? So as we are all calling for this decolonization, I also want to remind you that if you're in the psychedelic space, you have probably had one of these mind-opening, heart-opening experiences where you connect to the divine and you realize we are all one. If If you listen to the Conscious Evolution podcast, you heard Sky Raw talk about it like we realize that we're all playing a game, but we are all the same thing. It's love, it's God. And if you are God, how are you going to tear other people down? Call them out for bad behavior. Call for righting the wrongs. Call for reparations. But then what are you embodying? Psychedelics call on us to embody the principles of love and interconnectedness and recognizing our imprint on the earth so we can start cleaning up the karma of ourselves, of our ancestors, and for the people around us. So I know some of y'all gonna get at me. Bring it on. I ain't here to be playing it nice anymore. I reclaimed my sovereignty thanks to the power of psychedelic plant medicine. And I'm calling on you to do the same thing. Are you psychedelic curious? Well, I'm offering free info on how psychedelics may improve your mental well-being, how to choose a retreat center, and what to look for in a shaman. Get on the Psychedelic Email Journal. It's free, and you can cancel at any time. Together, we will explore the wondrous field of psychedelic-assisted therapy, retreats, and harm reduction, along with a team of experts, via email updates, videos, and blogs. Please note, this email newsletter is meant for educational purposes only and is not intended to provide medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider before trying anything you read in the newsletter. Many of the psychedelic substances we discuss are still classified as Schedule I in the United States. They are not available for use outside of clinical trials. And underground or street drugs can prove to be harmful. So we do not suggest that you take any illegal substances nor engage in illegal activity.